Hey guys, hello, it's Max and welcome to another Sunday Ride episode. Today I'm test riding BMW R9T and I will give you my first impressions and the difference that I feel after jumping from the Interceptor on the R9T. First, I didn't agree with that. I felt the bike was alright, so don't complain about that on the Interceptor. It's the same on BMW. Such a big difference with my exhaust on the Interceptor. Alright, here we go. I think it's fair to say that R9T and Interceptor have nothing in common except for being kind of classified as classic bikes. First thing that you notice immediately when you jump from the Interceptor on the R9T is how much lighter the R9T feels. People say that Interceptor is top heavy. First, I didn't agree with that. I felt the bike was alright. But when comparing side by side, the Interceptor is definitely much heavier and much top heavy. The next difference is the clutch. Clutch on this bike is so light. Clutch on the Interceptor is very agricultural. The next one is suspension. This comes with a upside down front forks. And even though I upgraded the suspension on my Interceptor, I swapped the rear shocks, but I can't even describe how much better this suspension is than the Interceptor. Where I think Interceptor wins a little bit is the gear shifter. I think gearbox on the Interceptor is better. It feels more solid. I mean, like clicks in each gear. This one is not bad. It's normal, but you feel the small differences, and I like the Interceptor one better. People complain about the foot peg position on the Interceptor, but on this bike it is exactly the same thing. Basically, it is where you put your feet when you stand. So don't complain about that on the Interceptor. It's the same on BMW.
Nice three-quarter view there, you see.
Thank you very much.
Done your homework.
What I really don't like on the BMW is the brake lever. I mean, it's so slippery. It's much better on the Interceptor. Next is the riding position. When I swapped the handlebars on the Interceptor, the riding position is superb. Basically, you ride like this. It's a cruiser. So comfortable. Vroom, vroom, vroom. It is really nice. You can ride like this forever. So this bike is more sporty. And I just had a very terrible experience with riding Ace Clubman bars on my Interceptor, and I swapped back to flat tracker, and this feels just like that. So you are much lean forward, sporty position. I don't like it. So if I had this bike, I would think how I could put the risers and put the handlebars with more pullback. Alright, this is enough talking with the bike off. Let me jump on the bike and let's see how it rides. Alright, let's get it started. You saw how it bumped the Boxer engine. The stock exhaust, so quiet. Such a big difference with my exhaust on the Interceptor. It doesn't even feel like a bike, like a 1 liter bike. It sounds like a scooter. Alright, let's set up a destination. Let's go for a little ride. Really cool, wide bars. I think it's the same width as my Interceptor bars. I really like the mirrors. They're much better than stock. Alright, here we go. Obviously, with much more horsepower and much more capacity, the bike accelerates much better and it feels more planted. This bike comes with heated grips, which are incredibly useful in these weather conditions. The exhaust is too quiet. Problem is every regulation on earth, sound regulation and that all, but can't hear the bike. And I don't feel how this bike rides, how this bike rolls. It's much more smooth than the Interceptor. It is a much more comfortable ride. The The acceleration and the vibration of the engine reminds me of the MT-07. You might disagree, but this bike feels a lot like MT-07. The way it accelerates, the way it handles, and this bike handles beautifully. Again, it turns into corners better than the Interceptor, I can tell you 100% it is. Jumping on this bike from Interceptor felt a little like jumping from my 125 on the Interceptor. But once again, I am happy that this is not my first bike. This is too quick, too powerful. I am glad that I learned on the Interceptor. Another similarity is this bike also doesn't have the fuel gauge, and as you see, I hit reserve, I'm running out of fuel, and I think this is telling me how much distance I rode with reserve light on. Time to get back on the Interceptor. Thank you BMW for letting me ride one of your bikes. I surely enjoyed it.